Hey everybody, welcome back to the AFC Northerners Christmas edition.
Yeah!
Going down the line.
Hey, Marc Herman, aka LA Bengal fan on Twitter, repping the very disappointing Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, I'm Dave. I'm the Browns guy.
Jan Davis Utah, Ravens Nation.
Yeah.
Chris Atkins, a very chipper Steelers guy.
And we have a little business.
Yeah, we do have some
I like get right to it, take the Band-Aid off. So, being we were so disappointed,
I was pulling for you guys so
I'm
hard.
sure you were. Being we were so disappointing, I brought you a very disappointing signing of Terrell Owens.
Oh.
Very underperforming, underrated. But look, Carson Palmer.
Oh, he tricked it!
Home jersey.
Put it back on!
Carson Palmer home jersey. Fight on, baby. USC in the Rose Bowl. We're looking forward. Okay. And they had no idea that was They had no idea I did that before. They had no idea.
Yeah.
Carson Palmer home jersey. There you go.
That was slick.
Well, for those of you who follow me on Twitter, you saw that I tweeted out a silhouette of someone who was tossing their cookies. And it's actually right here if you want to see it.
Tossing cookies?
Yeah, it's so I tweeted out this silhouette and said, "This is how I feel." Hold on a second, okay. And this got retweeted, and people on Twitter saw it. And my daughter comes to me, she says, "Dad, that's Tyler, the creator." And I go, "Really?" Yeah, he had to eat a cockroach to get that picture taken. And it came to me, it was like, oh my gosh, watching the 2016 Cincinnati Bengals is like eating a cockroach. Yeah, that's the transitive laws of math. If A equals B, B equals C, then A equals C. So watching the Bengals this season is like, the results in this, it's like eating a cockroach, okay? One of the most uninspired,
Show and tell.
heartless, underachieving, mediocre teams. I mean, it's like Herm Edwards says, you are what your record says you are. They are a 5-win team. I mean, words can't even describe how disappointing it was, the way they came out and played, especially the second half. Just unbelievable to me. Maybe this is what this team needs, because it occurred to me that A.J. Green and Andy Dalton have never experienced a season where they didn't make the postseason. 5 straight seasons, they only know the playoffs. So maybe they need a little taste of not getting there. And I could go through a whole litany of negativity, that horrible play calling in the red zone, run on first down, run on second, try to throw to Eifert on third. Gee, Zampese, you really opened up the imagination on the playbook there. I mean, I can't even, I'm done. So we're looking forward. The season's over. We're looking to the draft. We're looking forward. Some real positives out of this season. You're watching a clip right now of Alex Erickson. Now, I've shown you Cody Core catches. I've shown you Tyler Boyd catches. I showed you, and in the preseason shows we did, I talked about, we have to make room for this guy on the roster. We have to find a way to get rid of Tate, get this guy out. I mean, look at this return. This guy is such a blessing. And going into this coming draft, Bengal Nation, we don't need another receiver. We have 3 rookies that we are developing. They all have tools to succeed. Like I said, you've seen Cody Core, you've seen Boyd clips on previous episodes. We're set. We have 3 rookie wide receivers moving forwards. We can address other areas on our team. On other news, A.J. Green and Geno Atkins were announced that they made the Pro Bowl, and Dunlap, Zeitler, and Whitworth were all named as alternates. I know all Bengal fans are sitting here praying that they do not go and play the game.
Take the honor,
don't go. I mean, look, Tyler Eifert, if that wasn't enough of a lesson for you, don't go. So that's it. We're looking forward. Currently, right now, thanks to Carolina, we are drafting 10th. We were drafting 11th. Carolina just leapfrogged us. We have, looking at the schedule, we have probably a chance to maybe move up 3 more spots. So if we don't win another game. So once again, let's not win another game.
All right.
And that's Bengal news.
Steelers, we now have a 5-game winning streak going. We went into the jungle, took this one 24-20. I called this one 26-19. I wasn't too far off. Some about 3 points.
Boswell won that game for you.
Boswell totally won this game for us. He was the star of the game. Our kicker comes back after Randy Bullock kind of stepped in for him
What, he
and
had
shined.
six? He had six?
He had 6
His
field
tackle
goals.
was really
Yeah.
good.
Let me talk about that. He had 6 field goals. He tied our franchise record for field goals in a game with 6. Tied Gary Anderson, who's like one of my favorite Steelers of all time, and also Jeff Reed. But that kick return where he laid out, he just barely clipped the ankle.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Awesome.
Harrison scored.
That might have won us the game right there. That's one of the things that might have won us the game. One thing I didn't like about this game, I'll start with that, is the penalties. 7 penalties, 104 yards. The worst of which was the Artie Burns pass interference in that first quarter there. Gave you guys the lead. It was a little ugly. What I did like about that, though, is at the goal line, the Steelers' defense really stood up. And I really like what I saw from Lawrence Timmons laying that lumber down on Jeremy Hill. Speaking of Jeremy Hill, he did not get the memo. Federico Miranda asked me to remind you guys about what happens when you disrespect the terrible towel. Back in 2005, TJ Hushmanzada, he thinks it's cool to wipe his cleats with it. We go on and win the Super Bowl. 2008, Lindell White thinks it's cool to wipe his nose with it. We go on and win the Super Bowl. Jeremy Hill, he thinks it's cool to try to tear it. It's not paper, asshole. It's not going to just tear that.
Yeah, you should kind of rehearse that before and know that you're not. If you don't already have a real cut in it so it tears, don't do it.
I mean, honestly, like watching that clip of him trying to rip the towel, and that was one of the funniest things I saw.
Yeah,
but
that
like,
was hilarious.
2 things really stuck out on me on this game. One is that Burfict fucked the Bengals. Like on that 15-yard penalty.
That was nothing. First of all, 80 Dalton got tossed to the ground more often and harder. No flags were called. That was a nothing call. They were looking to call that on Burfict.
Yeah, no, I get that. But
what bothered me the most was the Le'Veon Bell going at Dunlap's knees. If you're going to go in front of the camera, pregame ESPN this week, talk about how people shouldn't be going after your knees. They shouldn't be doing that. Yep. I was really glad that it cost AB's touchdown because you wound up with a field goal because of that. But I was like, what? It was
that was a chop block.
Yeah, total cheap going right at Dunlap's knees. If you're going to be one of these people that says, don't go after people's knees, then don't do it yourself.
So you would think that Burfict would know not to headbutt the quarterback after the play is over.
Well, that wasn't the penalty. The penalty was throwing him to the ground.
No, that was the penalty.
No, the penalty was throwing Ben to the ground. And Dalton
but afterwards he just came up and bam.
He did more tapping of helmets and patting people on the back on the Steelers than I've ever seen.
I thought he played a well-behaved game.
Very well. That was, like I said, they were looking to thw a flag on Burfict, and they did.
All right, let's get to some fantasy football.
Let's get to other stuff.
Lawrence Timmons, he comes in. He's another guy that saves the game for us. He gets that pick for us. And really, I think that's one of the things that sealed the deal. Talked about disrespecting the towel. James Harrison, love what I'm seeing from him. He's played literally every defensive snap in our past 2 games. I wish that would have been from the onset. And the defense really stood up. Brandon LaFell is the only receiver that had more than 20 yards receiving and really shut down that passing game other than that. On offense, the 3 Bs had relatively...
It's supposed to be a happy time. It's Christmas.
Come on,
we're killing us.
Come on.
It's the season of giving where you give the Browns some of their time.
I know.
Another thing. Eli Rogers, these guys talk shit about all year.
Yeah, he showed up.
Yes. He showed up, gets his touchdown. Yeah. We win the game. Go ahead.
All right, so I'd like to congratulate the Prexies on eliminating themselves from the playoffs in fantasy football this week. Thank you very much. Marc's in the consolation bracket and went home for next year.
That's like a participation ribbon. I
got all the participation ribbon in fantasy. Like I wasn't even my God.
Perfect storm. What a game we just had. Both weeks were really intense. We had to go down to the Monday Nighter and we needed Fat Rob to get us a W. Fat Rob came through.
Are you going to talk about the game at all?
I'm talking.
He's covering what he wants to cover. Give him the man his face.
I got a minute and a half.
Because I actually have some positive things about that I can say about the Browns game. Like that Barnage catch. It's amazing.
The game was bunk.
It was.
We lost.
But
we got schooled by Buffalo. What's there to say?
Sean McCoy.
How about Joe Thomas though? 10 straight
Pro Bowl.
He has more Pro Bowl appearances now than Jim Brown did and Lou the Toe did. That's something to be said about the guy. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I think he's one of 5 or the 6th person to be selected in your first 10 seasons. Your first 10 seasons. 10 for 10.
That's amazing to me.
Yeah.
That's the epitome of really knowing what you're doing, being excellent at what you're doing.
Yeah.
In addition to all that shit, I guess we're going to start RG3 again this coming week.
He's just way too slow.
Let him finish up the year. Don't risk another body in there.
Let him interview for the job.
If he can nail down the number 1 draft pick for us, that's going to work. So
There you go.
you got my support.
There you
Give
go.
us that number 1 so we can get Jonathan Allen. I think he's the guy we want right there. And hopefully Philly sits where they sit at 7, and we can come back with Peppers. And that's, where's that clock at?
Oh, you
No,
got time.
Billy,
I got
Billy,
it.
needs
I got
to,
time.
Billy needs to jump behind us.
23 seconds.
Such a
Go ahead, Shane. Tell us how bad the
We'll give
Ravens
it to the
are.
Ravens.
Jesus Christ. All right. Moving on to Ravens. Went against the Eagles by barely, literally with that last play call was one of the worst ever, where we're throwing a pick literally to the Eagles whenever we're in our own, we're in the red zone, we're there. And horrible call, but let's talk about some other stuff. One, Zach Orr with his second career interception, 124 tackles, just really great work. There's a couple plays that I want to talk about in particular. One is this 53-yard kick from Tucker, which makes him the most accurate kicker in the NFL. It's amazing.
This
also,
season, right?
Are you not
entertained? Exactly. So next up, Steve Smith goes out injured, right before the second half. He's sitting there, everybody's fucking terrified because they think he's injured his shoulder. He comes back, and the first pass he catches is that touchdown right into the end zone. Steve Smith, man, I don't care what anybody says about his age. Dude is just craziness. 15 seconds to go, catches that pass right after he's taken out.
Shout out to the old guys. in the
Dude,
NFL.
for real though, yeah.
Harrison's 38 years old.
Dude.
That's old for linebacker.
So, really great plays in some ways and really bad plays in other. Our run defense was just horrible. I mean, you guys saw it was pretty. I mean, man, it was not pretty. I did really love this C.J. Mosley at the end deflecting that pass that wound up winning us the game whenever they went for the 2-point conversion. It was actually really stupid of the Eagles not to just go for the extra point and go into overtime at that point. I really thought they were going to, and then when they went for the 2 to try and end it, and C.J. deflected it, that was great. I love that. I mean, everybody
Jack
saw
Del
the
Rio
game.
kind of planted
Yeah,
that
exactly.
seed
He
at other coaches' head.
and I had an instant reaction video, so I've talked about a lot of this already. But I do want to say congrats to Matt Elam for the Ed Block Courage Award. Well done, sir. And I'll save most of what I got for the Steelers-Ravens game coming up. So, moving on.
If I can really quick, I want to say thanks to everyone out there at Five Line Tavern. Took me as a Steelers fan. It was a great viewing experience. And everyone,
you won.
Everyone collectively, when the Eagles ran that 2-point, you could just hear the slap, everyone in the bar.
Yeah, it was a.
Who do you got this week, Marc?
Well, we play the Houston Texans, which benched Brock Osweiler, which is a whole other story because John Elway is probably looking like the biggest genius on the planet for not. I would go to 16 million. They lost Osweiler, and it's looking like the greatest decision. Osweiler's not who we thought he was.
No.
So we've got Savage, who's the former Pittsburgh quarterback, developmental quarterback playing. I guess he extended the field and brought him back to win last week. So against Jacksonville.
I just realized that's who that was.
We're facing them. You know what? I really haven't thought two things about this game. I mean, it's a meaningless football game for us. I hate to say it, but I'm hoping that we lose out. Well, like I said, we're sitting at 10. We could Philly could jump behind us. They're at 7. We're actually tied with the Arizona Cardinals. If they win a game, they jump behind us. We jumped up with Carolina. I really want to position and try to get into the top 10. Now, Marvin Lewis says he's going to start all his starters, which pisses me off because I want to see.
Yeah, but you could also be saying that just as misdirection.
I'm hoping he is. Maybe maybe this thing at halftime was a plan. I don't know. I mean, they had more penalty yards than they did offensive yards.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe he's an evil genius, and I don't know, and he's duped us all. I really, like I said, it was a long shot for the playoffs anyway. But I'm looking ahead to the draft. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't really want to win this game. In terms of picking the score, I decided I have an app that's Dice. So I was going to throw out some dice and kind of, you can hear it, they actually roll and then come up with the score. So we'll roll a few dice here, and I've got 17, and then we'll roll 2 dice.
This is like a first.
And I've got 17-8. So that's the score. So Bengals lose to Houston 17-8. Based on the dice set.
So
I was trying to find my magic 8 ball and I couldn't find it. So we're rolling with the dice set. So
I like it.
17-8. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the draft. I would like to see more bench guys play. I'd like to see Nick Vigil out there, Pendulum out there. We really need to. Jake Fisher, I know, has broken the starting lineup. We need to bring Cedric back and see what he's got in the offensive line. We've got to see what we've got so we know. I mean, we've got to use these games for something positive.
Why not?
I'd rather get Jeff Driscoll off he's our third stringer. Let's not play Dalton or AJ McCarron. Let's get Jeff Driscoll out there. So
From Florida?
yeah, it's our, I don't know what school he's from, but he's our, so I'd like to see us play and to see what we've got in our bench and turn these games into something positive.
Yeah.
Very
So
true.
that's where I'm at.
All right, so Browns, we end regular home season against San Diego this week. We'll have one more when we go to Pittsburgh, but we get San Diego. Bosa, Gordon, DNP. Yesterday, DNP. Today, San Diego averages 26.1 points a game, but their last 2, they've only put up 16. That was against Carolina and Oakland. The 2 prior to that were against Tampa Bay and Houston, and they averaged 21. Each game they put up 21. The players to watch for them, guys, are going to be Benjamin. He's coming back to Cleveland first time, makes his return. And the tight ends. We really suck bad at guarding the tight ends, so watch out for Hunter Henry. I really think that, unfortunately, we do have a choice. We do have a chance of winning this game. And I can see it actually happening where we do and do win this game and end that losing streak that we're on.
Which is good and bad.
Yeah.
Good and bad, we're hoping for them. We're going to need San Fran to do some stupid shit and win a game too.
Well, you can
And
count
then,
on them for that.
Well, where they go this week? They go to Oakland?
Oh.
No, Oakland's playing Indy.
Oakland's Indy? I'm not sure where San Fran goes.
Yeah,
I don't really
neither.
care. Hopefully they win. That way it can cover our win this week. I'm going to end this one with saying the Browns are going to pull this one out, knowing what San Diego's done. I'm going to say it's going to be 17-16 Browns.
17-16.
Yeah, I said a couple weeks ago that I thought this was the game they could win because San Diego has no incentive to win. They're beat up, and this was a game.
San Fran at the Rams, then the 49ers. They might beat the Rams, but the 49ers, the Seahawks.
The Seahawks.
No,
They have a
Wales.
chance against St. Louis or LA because LA supposedly isn't going to start Goff. I guess Goff has an injury, so they were talking the other day on the news about that. We'll find out. Baltimore,
All right.
Pittsburgh.
So
Don't bore us, please.
Baltimore is going to Pittsburgh. Ravens are going to the Pittsburgh Steelers for Christmas Day.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, at the beginning of the season, I think you and I pretty much knew it was going to come down to this.
No.
we knew.
Nobody on this couch thought Baltimore had a chance at jack shit.
No.
And we,
I did.
And we thought
I
Pittsburgh
totally
was
did.
paperweight because of their freaking corners and their secondary.
Yeah, but we still believed. It is what it is.
They
Anyway.
say they believe. Let's give them that little brain. Let them have that little hair.
Can I have the participation
This
award?
is
No,
the,
but I do have
there you
Tyler
go.
the Creator vomiting. If you want that.
Let's give it a chance.
All right, so again, this is going to be an AFC North drag out battle as it always is. This is the thing that we wait all year for. Really, it's like this is where gladiators come, and it's going to be interesting to see whether or not what Ravens team shows up because we have been so fucking inconsistent all year. We just look at what we did against the Eagles run. We did basically nothing. It was horrible. But yet, anytime we go against you, when we go against the Patriots, once we go against really good offenses, we actually stop them. We actually don't allow as many yards. So it's we're just super inconsistent. Jimmy Smith is out. Some other guys are out, but really it's Jimmy Smith to me who's the big guy that I'm concerned about, and he may not even return for the rest of the season. He may not return till playoffs. So we're losing our shutdown corner, Batavon Young. He's been pulling out really well. So honestly, can we win this game? Absolutely. Anything can happen. It can. Are we going to do very well in this game? I don't think it is. I think it's actually going to be a lot lower than what it is. Honestly, I think that there's a lot of factors. We love playing in Pittsburgh. Ravens just really like playing Pittsburgh. I know that the guys are pretty fucking hungry for it. If you look at the exit interviews and everything from last week, now they're all focused on that. So I'm going to predict, I think it's going to be 16-14 Ravens.
That look.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
look.
yeah.
I think it's going to be low.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about like our offenses and our defenses really truly colliding, and you want me to give the most honest? Yeah, I think it's gonna be 16-14.
Okay.
I know that
Alright.
I know that the odds and bettors and all that good stuff are saying like, oh, it's gonna be 32-13, 32-15 and Steelers, and I'm like, bullshit.
So take the under.
I totally would
Take
take
the
the under. I do not think it's gonna be that high of a score.
All right. I mean, you know what? I don't need to waste a lot of breath on it. I mean, we know what's going on here.
Yeah.
This is the AFC North. It comes down to one game between two teams that we have history.
Yeah.
We have a bit of history.
Little bit.
A little bit of history here. So I'm just going to jump to the 5 keys to this game for the Steelers to take this one home and travel into the playoffs kind of a little bit more comfortably. One is keep Suggs off of Ben. Suggs has a way of getting in there, terrorizing our passing game. And without Nata in there to break his nose this year, Suggs is the guy I'm most worried about. Also Mosley, but Suggs mostly on that pass rush. Get the running game going early with Bell. We talked about the Ravens having a little bit of trouble stopping the run earlier today. If Bell gets going in this game at home, forget about it. Keep Mike Wallace out of the end zone. Last time around, we had that kerfluffle of a play where he scored, an 80-something yarder?
Mm-hmm.
Don't let that happen this time around, and we'll be just fine. Hold West to under 75 yards rushing.
Honestly, you got to be more worried about Kenneth Dixon.
Yeah.
You got to be
more worried about
like
Dixon.
West had a
I'm
great
not saying I'm
like
not
West had
better
a
running back.
great
Dixon's way
game
better than West.
in Eagles, but Dixon is
He's the better running back.
He's way better. Even though what's funny is that West has more yards, but Dixon is more dangerous.
Either one of them. Keep either one of them below 75 yards. And the fifth thing,
Great.
no picks for Weddle. No picks for Weddle. If he
That's
comes in
not
there,
the
if he starts picking Ben off, and we start throwing picks in this game, it can get a little iffy. But I totally see the Steelers taking this one 31-16 at home, stopping our drought against the Ravens, and Christmas cometh on Christmas Day in Pittsburgh. Oh, by the way,
It's gonna be Krampus for y'all.
Steeler fans, I will be at that game. I will be at this game. I'll be recording my immediate reaction from the rant, probably.
Man, that's
one
gonna
of
be
my
really
favorite
sad to watch.
things. Yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think it's gonna be really sad to watch you just like
31-16
crying in your towel.
Steelers.
By the way, the over-under is 44.
Yeah.
Ooh. So do we want to do some mailbag?
Yeah, let's do some mailbag. Questions are right there. So
I got the
this is
questions. Put a time thing up.
yeah. Okay, so
Alright.
this is our AFC North Reddit mailbag. We have 2 minutes to answer
And by the
as
way,
many
I think,
questions as we can.
I think that special teams is going to play a factor.
I think. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys let Alex Erickson
Yeah.
do that. I mean, that's going to be the game turner.
All right, guys. So this is the way it works. We basically have 2 minutes to answer as many questions as possible. We're gonna start with all the questions we got today from Reddit. Got a bunch. We're gonna go down the line. So it's gonna go
can read.
Browns, Bengals, Ravens, Steelers.
I'm a
basically.
Browns fan. I can read.
All right,
Leave me
cool.
alone.
All right, so let's go ahead and start. Go.
All right, let's go with has Joe Flacco been playing at an elite level this year?
No,
No,
not at all.
no.
How many sheep must I sacrifice to get the Browns to beat the Steelers? I say 10.
I'm actually gonna
10
go higher.
sheets. I don't know. I don't know if there is
think
enough sheep.
I'm gonna go.
It's in
with,
Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna go with.
Okay,
If we beat
next
the Ravens
question,
and we get into the playoffs comfortably, maybe.
Yeah.
No,
Who does everybody have winning the division?
Shit.
Ravens.
I say Pittsburgh.
Thank you.
You know what? I'm going to say Ravens only because they have your number, and I do think special teams is going to be an issue.
Yeah.
So,
Cincy, how do you guys feel about potential change in the OC and the DC? Who would be your selection? Any positives from our current OC and DC? Negatives
Well, that's
to take
that's
Seventeen
way too many
questions.
questions. So,
Let's go with the first
how do
one.
I feel about the OC and DC? I'm very upset with Ken Zampese. I don't like the play calling. He needs to go. I don't see as big a problem with Gunther. I'd like to keep the continuity on the defense.
Okay.
Because I think we just lost our leadership in Leon Hall and Reggie Nelson. I think those are the two key pieces. But Gunther stays, Zampese, you're out.
Okay.
All right. If the Steelers win on Christmas, should they sit their starters potentially become the only win for the Browns this season?
Yes.
All right.
Running back, absolutely. Receivers, probably. Everyone else needs to practice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Biggest X factor matchup to watch out for Christmas Day between you two.
I'm going to say Antonio Brown, and whether it's Tavon Young or like Gerard Powers, maybe possibly Sharice Wright. It's going to be interesting to see what AB does. But Tavon Young's a beast. The only other one I want to see is exactly what my defensive line does to your offensive line. I mean, that's the matchup that I want to see the most.
All right.
I need Mike Wallace to be shut down.
Excellent.
Oh,
All right, last one here. I'm going to send this to all of us, even though it's from the Browns. Out of the quarterback free agents and the quarterback prospects who fit Hugh's system, who do you think is the most likely to be there?
Out of the prospects that are currently available, or
Free agents and quarterback prospects who fits Hugh's system the most.
Jeez, I don't know.
We don't play in free agency. We're draft. We're gonna go.
I would have to go draft the kid from UNC. Sorry, I mean to cut you off, but
yeah, no, it's like
I think Trubisky also.
Yeah.
All right. Towards the shout-outs.
All right, shout-outs. We got Peter.
Woo, thank you.
And,
subscriber.
Gage.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gage. Awesome, guys. Make sure if you have mailbag questions for us, you can also email them to us, AFCNortherners at gmail.com. And let me fix it. You can also check us out on Reddit, Facebook Live.
Lonnie's gonna pound Jan in
I know. That is gonna be so bad. So anyway, that's it. I think we're good.
All right. Should we sign out then?
Drinking stuff.
Alright, guys.
Let's
Sign
sign
off
out.
like we always do.
With Fuck the Patriots.
Although I did bet you to win the Super Bowl and fight on USC New Year's Day.
Let's go,
Beat
Trojans.
Penn State.
Let's go, Trojans.
Alright, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Challenge that. He's looking for the challenge flag right now.
I think he has. I mean, they can't afford to be in this kind of field position. He
can't find the challenge flag. That's the problem. It's tucked in there somewhere. He doesn't want to burn another timeout, and there we go.
Hey, fellow Northerners. We love the show. We want to make it even better.
You may have noticed we started showing game clips, and we have even more planned for you guys. So we need your help. We started a Patreon page to bring you our show commercial free for less than $5 a month.
For less than the price of a Grey Barbarian Knit Octopus beanie on Amazon, which is actually a thing, you should look that up, you can help make this show even better, including instant reactions to each game, a weekly podcast, in-depth analysis, and much more.
If you want to help us improve and you can spare a little change, go to patreon.com/AFC Northerners or click in the link below in the show notes to subscribe.
Exactly. We appreciate every one of your views, your comments, and your emails. Thanks for watching, and as always,
Fuck the Patriots!
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Look at me! I'm Dr. Zoidberg!